Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our webinar today. We have the pleasure of having one of our Innovia team members with us, Savannah Dill, and she is going to be continuing the Power Up series webinars on Power Pages. And as a reminder, we are recording this webinar, and we will post it to our on-demand webinar library for you to review again or share with anyone. You can find our library under our resources tab on our website at innovia.com. We do encourage you to ask questions during our presentation, so please feel free to type them into the questions box and we will get them answered at the end of our session. So now I'm going to turn it over to Savannah to kick off our presentation for today.
Welcome to the Power Up series. Today we are going to dive into Microsoft Power Pages. This is a super exciting platform as it is relatively new to the Power Platform. With that being said, let's dive in. Before we get started, I just wanted to quickly introduce myself. My name is Savannah Dill. I'm a Power Platform consultant here at Innovia. If you'd like to contact me, my contact information is on the screen. Some other fun facts about myself is I am 4 times Microsoft certified. I am the chapter leader for the Indiana Dynamics User Group meetup. I have also been recognized from Dynamics User Group. I won the Newbie Award at Dynamics Con in 2022, and I have been nominated for various other awards. In my free time, I also run a blog called Not a Pickle. This is primarily done on LinkedIn. If you'd like to check it out, there'll be more information at the end of this presentation. Diving right in, here is the agenda that we are going to cover today. We are going to first talk about what is Microsoft Power Pages. We are going to define it, and then we're going to dive into the features, the benefits, and why you might use Microsoft Power Pages through different use cases. And then lastly, in this webinar, we are going to discuss how to create a Power Page with a live demo. Just a note here, the Power Up series is intended to be a high-level overview of all of the components of the Power Platform. So today we are not going to do an extremely deep dive, but it's more so intended to get your feet wet so you can begin to explore the platform. If you are interested in the Power Platform in any part of it, you can go back and look at other workshops that we have done, or look out for future workshops surrounding the Power Platform. Speaking of the Power Platform, I really like to, when I'm presenting, go over the different components of the platform. And I do this because the Power Platform is powerful individually, but together it just opens a whole new door of capabilities. Once you are comfortable with one component, the others are able to work together and oftentimes make solutions better. So starting off, Power BI is the first component of the Power Platform. It is a business analytics tool. It allows you to connect to many different data sources in one place and report on it. It really breaks the binds of traditional reporting in the sense of you're not just going to be looking at rows and columns on a printed piece of paper. Power BI allows you to report in a dynamic and interactive way, which really allows you to make quick business decisions because it it allows you to find anomalies or allow you to have a baseline of see a baseline of where you are at through its different visualizations. Power Automate is the next part of the Power Platform. Power Automate is all about low-code automation. It allows you to create things like approval workflows, or sending email notifications. Basically, if there's any mundane, repetitive task that you find yourself being sucked into on a daily basis, taking up a lot of time, Power Automate might be a solution for you, because it allows you to automate processes based on triggers and then the action follows. Power Apps is the next component of the Power Platform. We're going to dive into this just a little bit today because it is related to Power Pages. But Power Apps is all about creating low-code applications that you can use on a web browser or your mobile device. And lastly, Power Pages. This is what we are going to be diving a little bit deeper into today. Power Pages is a new part of the Power Platform, and it's all about website development. So the great thing about all of these components of the Power Platform is it's all considered low code or no code. So if you find yourself, not having the traditional developer background, that is all right. Um, it's actually one of the highlights of the Power Platform. You can become a citizen developer, which means you don't come from a development background, but you are still able to create and um, provide solutions without that experience. All right. Now we're going to do a quick introduction to Power Pages. So earlier when I said we will dive a little bit deeper into Power Apps, this is why. Um, Power Apps portals is what used to be Power Pages. So Power Pages is kind of like the rebranded of Power Apps portals. Um, Power Apps Portals was a component of Power Apps originally, and this basically allowed you to do the same thing as Power Pages does currently. However, the user experience was just not as convenient, not as friendly, and Microsoft has done an excellent job of rebranding Power Apps Portals into Power Pages. If you are familiar with WordPress, or any of those type of drag and drop website development tools, Power Pages is going to be right up your alley. Um, if you had used Power Apps portals in the past, there is no migration or upgrade process. You can use the new Power Pages Design Studio to edit the sites you created in Power Apps. Existing tools such as the portal management app will continue to work within Power Pages. Currently on Microsoft's Learn website, they are currently migrating and merging the Power Apps portals documentation with the Power Pages documentation. So you may continue to see some Power Pages features referred to as Power Apps portals during the transition. So if you begin to do research on Power Pages, looking at Power Apps portals might be a great starting place as they merge the documentation. All right, now we've talked about the past of Power Pages and how it's kind of transformed. Now I want to kind of get into what Power Pages is today. Microsoft Power Pages is a secure enterprise-grade low-code software as a service platform for creating, hosting, and administrating modern external-facing business websites. So whether you're a low-code maker or a professional developer, Power Pages enables you to rapidly design, configure, and publish websites that seamlessly work across web browsers and devices. Power Pages provides you with rich, customizable templates, a fluid visual experience through a reimagined design studio, which we'll get into here in a little bit, and also a new integrated learning hub to quickly build sites that suit your unique business needs. Um, with Power Pages, you can build sites by using the same shared business data that's stored in Microsoft Dataverse. You might use that same data for building apps, workflows, intelligent virtual agents, reports, and analytics with other Microsoft Power Platform components within your organization. Like I said earlier, Power Pages are built using low code or no code development, making it easy for business users to create and customize pages. And some other reasons why you might consider using Power Pages is because, in the traditional sense, when it comes to building web pages or portals, developers often use a combination of coding languages and frameworks. This approach can be time consuming, and not every organization has the resources to hire a contracted developer. And this is where Power Pages really comes in, and really shines. So you can build your custom web pages and portals with little to no coding, and really empower the citizen developers within your organization. Microsoft Power Pages has many use cases that can benefit businesses. For example, it can be used to create customer-facing portals for support, self-service, and engagement. It can also be used to create internal portals for employees that enables them to access data and applications from a centralized location. And lastly, Power Pages can be used to create landing pages for marketing campaigns, events, and promotions. Now, these are the main use cases for Power Pages currently, but I do suspect that this will be expanding in the future as Power Pages becomes a more prominent component of the Power Platform. All right, now I'd like to dive into the Power Pages capabilities. We're going to dive into the different components here, including things like the Design Studio, which I mentioned earlier. Starting off, Power Pages enables a simplified authoring experience. It has many features that make it an essential tool for businesses. The main thing here is it allows users to create responsive web pages and portals that are optimized both for desktop and mobile devices. Additionally, users can create custom themes and templates that enable them to brand their pages to match their organization's look and feel. And the neat thing with Power Pages is it's really built on the foundation of your data. So Power Pages supports a wide variety of data sources, including Dynamics 365, SharePoint, and Dataverse. So if you would like to include your data in a table or a chart on your within your website, you can do so. Um, an example of this might be that you create a web page that uses Dynamics 365 as a data source. Um, and the Power Page then would display customers' contact information and recent purchases. Like I said earlier, this data can be displayed in various formats such as tables, charts, or forms. Um, and on this website, you could also include other information from other sources that really create a rich experience, where you're not having to go in and out of multiple different um, platforms. The next thing I would like to touch on is the Design Studio. So the Power Pages Design Studio is an intuitive interface that enables low-code makers to build and configure rich business web apps. This is very similar to Power Apps Design Studio. So if you have created an app in Power Apps, you will likely get around the Power Pages Design Studio just fine. It is a very similar user interface. And like I said earlier, if you are familiar with WordPress or any other website development tools that are considered low code, Power Pages Design Studio will likely be a great fit for you. It is very user friendly and very intuitive with how you create and configure the different components on your web page. Another component of Power Pages is its responsive rendering. So Power Pages is based on Bootstrap, which natively provides support for building websites that are responsive and mobile friendly. And they are also available in various form factors. So whether you are on the go on your cell phone or you are at your desk on your computer, the website that you create or the web page that you create will be responsive based on your device. And if you are a developer, you can actually have some advanced development which within Power Pages. So makers can work with pro developers and Fusion teams to extend the functionality of your web page or website using Visual Studio Code and the Microsoft Platforms CLI to create powerful business websites. You can create custom themes and templates and then enable them to, further extend your website. However, if you, like I've said, if you are not a pro developer or do not have one on your team, that is all right. This is just something that Microsoft provides to further extend your website if it is a necessary component for your business. All right, and the last few things I want to touch on is security and governance. This is something that a lot of businesses worry about because they want their website and their data to be secure. So Power Pages inbuilt security at its core. It allows organizations to securely enable access of their business data to their users, whether it's internal or external, through Power Pages authorization rules. Power Pages supports security on many levels, including site visibility, authenticated users, web roles, and table/page permissions. Organizations using Power Pages can choose from various authentication providers or allow access to site content anonymously if you're doing something like a marketing campaign. Power Pages also supports modern TLS crypto standards and has built-in Azure DDoS protection. It supports dynamic IP restriction to limit traffic from bad actors and provides secure configuration-driven mechanisms for admins to address top web security vulnerabilities such as injection attacks, cross-site request forgery, and server-side request forgery. Power Pages provides some helpful tools for administrators to manage and to manage the administration and life cycle of their sites and environments. You can find more information about this if you look up Power Pages governance. There is a lot of documentation out there. As we go through this presentation, I will make sure that links get put into the chat or within a follow-up email. And the last capability that I want to cover is that Power Pages provides deep integration with other Microsoft Power Platform components, starting off with Dataverse. So Dataverse enables users to securely store and manage data that's used by business applications in your Power Pages sites. With Power Apps, this enables anyone to create a low-code or no-code custom mobile and web app to share and collect data to streamline your business processes. Using Power Apps to create an app that uses SharePoint to store content is a popular way to quickly build basic sites. Power Pages is ideal for websites focused on external audiences that require more secure access to your business information. And Power Apps is just a way that you can collect that information. Power Automate simplifies the creation of automated workflows. With Power Pages, use Power Automate for plugins, workflows, automated cloud flows, or to extend business logic to interact with data and events coming and going in and out of Dataverse that further interact with your website. And Power BI allows anyone to access visually immersive and interactive insights from business data. The integration with Power Pages here is that you can integrate Power BI components like reports, dashboards, and tiles by embedding that into your web page for easier interaction. All right, and now we are going to dive into a demo. Before we dive into a demo, I just wanted to quickly mention that Power Pages offers a 30-day trial. After a quick sign up, you'll have access to many of the key features of Power Pages that we've discussed today. You can use the trial to create trial sites and test them by using sample data or even try out your own customer data. To sign up for the trial, it's super easy. You're going to go to powerpages.microsoft.com and then select try it for free. The image you see on the screen is what you will see when you are going that direction. Then you'll follow the on-screen guidance to enter the work or school email address backed by Azure Active Directory. Then you will enter your country/region and phone number, and then a new Microsoft Power Platform trial environment will be created for you. There is a little wizard when starting up with Power Pages. Basically, it's going to ask you your experience with creating a website development, and it does this because it will kind of enable different tools and helpful hints if you are someone that has never created a website versus a professional developer. Once you do have your account created, you can then begin to choose a template or start from scratch. You will provide a name for your website and a address. So Power Pages will create a unique name suggestion for you, but you can then edit the name and the URL to suit your business needs. And here's just an illustration of the journey that comes with Power Pages. First, you will select a template or start from scratch. There are many templates here to choose from, and they're all broken down by categories such as accounting, finance, business operations, etc. Then you will provision your site. This might take a moment, depending on the template you choose, and other factors revolving around your environment. It can take anywhere from 15 to, I would say, maybe an hour. For me this morning, when I provisioned the sample site, it took roughly an hour to provision. So keep that in mind. And then lastly, you will go into the design studio. So that being said, we are going to head over to the design studio now. All right, here is my sample site. This is the site that I had chosen to begin with. Before we get into that, though, I guess I can show you the process of what it looks like when you choose a template. So once you get logged into your account, you will then choose to start with a template. Here is all of the template offerings so far. As I said earlier, they are broken out into different areas. So if you're looking for something in particular, you can do that. And then you will just preview or choose the template. They do show for both mobile and desktop, and provides a little bit of information here for you to look at before you decide which template would best suit your needs. I'm just going to go ahead and go back to my site here. First, let's preview the site. All right, I guess I will just edit the site for now so I don't have to log in again. All right, but here is the Design Studio. Right now, these pages are a little bit blank, and that is because, like I said, Power Pages is backed by your data. For this particular template that I chose, it's all about school registration. So it's looking for the data that kind of goes with this. But how it works is you create pages, and then you kind of build in the functionality. If you go over here to styling, you can choose different colors, fonts. And then if you select certain components of each page, like say this component right here, you can do a bunch of things related to that through the styling tab. If you want to include your data, which in this case, this template requires a little bit more data. I probably should have chosen a different template, but it does provide some sample data as you see here. All right. It also provides this tab here that allows you to view information about your site that you can continue to look at, edit, and provide that layer of security. All right, and before we go today, I just want to say thank you all very much for attending this webinar. If you'd like to connect with me, I do post on LinkedIn pretty frequently about the Power Platform. I love educating and just teaching others about the different components of the Power Platform and talking about it. So if you'd like to join the online conversation revolving around the Power Platform, I'd love to connect with you. You can scan the QR code or find me on LinkedIn. I also run my blog, which I often share posts from via LinkedIn. But that being said, I will catch you all in the live Q&A. And I am happy to answer any questions revolving around Power Pages. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Savannah. If anybody has any questions, please go ahead and get them into the questions box and we will get them addressed. Savannah, do you have any last minute words that you'd like to wrap up with?
Currently, I don't think so. I just want to thank everyone once again for coming today. I hope you enjoyed this Power Platform content. We will have more coming, so stay tuned.
All right, thank you. And thank you for presenting, Savannah. And for everyone on the webinar, or if you're watching on demand, we appreciate you taking some time out and learn more information on Power Pages. You can also check out our website for more of our upcoming events, and that's innovia.com/events. We have our training workshop page up that has a variety of workshops to fit your role. You can check the ones that are right for you and your team members to sign up for. And if you have any that are not listed, you can request those as well. And if you have not heard our latest Innovia Conversation podcast, we have a library of podcast episodes for you to listen to, and you can learn more on our podcast page, and that's innovia.com/podcast. So browse through that selection and subscribe so you'll get notified when those new episodes air. And we are just a few weeks away from our annual customer conference. All of the information is on our website at innovia.com/conferences. We will be in Scottsdale, Arizona, starting on May 21st, and we will have all-day sessions on Monday, May 22nd. So please go to innovia.com/conferences to learn more about this free event. And you can also register for Dynamics Con Live. Both conferences are back-to-back at the same venue, and theirs is right after ours. So you can learn more about all the great workshops that or sessions that Dynamics Con has to offer as well. So register now so you don't miss out on these two great events. All right, everyone, thank you again for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you soon on another Innovia webinar. Take care, everyone. Thank you, Savannah.
Thank you.